From strange natural formations to weird alien landscapes, here are 18 weird and mysterious islands. Welcome to Weird Wonders Wednesday. Here's a shout out going to Foster Tatum. Thanks for becoming a subscriber, Foster, and for all that support. And if you out there like the content, you can always subscribe by clicking the red button below. So let us know what you think of this episode too. Cheers! Number 18. Chocolate Hills. Located on Bohol Island in the Philippines, there are some 1,700 conical hills dotting the middle of the island. Their shape and spacing is so regular that they almost appear to be man-made structures. But the shape and layout is the result of rainwater erosion and the uplift of coral deposits. And the hills, by the way, are not made of chocolate. They only live up to that nickname when foliage turns from lush green to brown during the dry season. Howland Island. Located about 3,100 miles west of Honolulu sits Howland Island. Owned by the U.S., it was once valued for its impressive stockpiles of guano. Now the uninhabited area serves as a wildlife refuge and is inspected every 2 years. But it's likely best known for a more unsettling reason. It's the island that Amelia Earhart was searching for when a plane vanished in 1937 during an attempt at a round-the-world flight. Theories speculate that she crashed in the ocean or possibly landed on another deserted island where she perished. Bouvet Island. This is the most remote and uninhabited island in the entire world. The area is almost completely encased by a glacier, and there's very little life to be found. The nearest land is 1,000 miles south, and that's Antarctica. Adding to the harshness, you have to arrive by helicopter since there are no ports available. If you really want to get away from it all, here's your place. Isola La Gaiola. Located off the coast of Italy, this island seems to generate nothing but bad luck. Almost every owner of the island has turned up drowned, murdered, or were financially ruined. So no surprise the area is considered cursed and has been abandoned. Crab Island. Located in the Indian Ocean, Christmas Island has over 2,000 human inhabitants. Now contrast that to the population of red crabs that inhabit the 52-square-mile island, because there's 120 million of them. Each year, the crustaceans migrate to the shores from the inner island to breed. Some might find the sight of all those critters marching to the beach to be a bit scary, but hundreds of tourists are attracted to the island each year to witness that migration. Now, while the red crab may not rule, quote-unquote, the island, they do outnumber humans as mentioned 120 million to 2,000, so majority rules. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch. This area more than lives up to its name. It's one of the most concentrated regions of junk piled up anywhere. The garbage patch is also called the Pacific Trash Vortex and ranges from Japan to the west coast of North America. The accumulation of so much debris has resulted in toxic substances surrounding that area and causing a threat to the health and safety of sea animals. Hashima Island. Now this place is located around 9 miles away from Nagasaki and is also known as Battleship Island. It was originally known for its undersea coal mines that were established there in 1887. After helping fuel the industrialization of Japan, the mines were depleted by 1974. So when those mines were shut down, the residents soon departed, leaving the island effectively abandoned. Now it features undisturbed concrete buildings and a surrounding seawall, and interest in the historic ruins led to the island becoming a tourist attraction of sorts. It has since been reopened to visitors. Ramri Island. Japanese and British troops clashed during World War II on this large island off the coast of Myanmar. When the Japanese tried to retreat into marshes, saltwater crocodiles overwhelmed them, killing more than 400 soldiers in 1945. According to the Guinness Book of World Record, this incident is the greatest disaster suffered by humans by animals. Pavgloya Island. Now this tiny island is located near Venice in northern Italy. It's gained a reputation for being one of the creepiest places in the world. The island contains many mass graves where victims of the Black Death were buried since the 14th century. It's estimated that more than 100,000 people have been killed on this island over the centuries. Stories of ghosts and unexplained activities have been recorded happening on the island, and in one case, a woman claimed an entity clawed at her face with such ferocity, the wounds required 13 stitches. Don't worry about visiting though. Italy has banned all tourism and visits to the island. Miyakojima-Izu Island. Due to high levels of sulfur in the air, inhabitants of this volcanic Japanese island are required to wear gas masks. In 2005, Mount Oyama, an active volcano, most recently exploded, and the volcano has been leaking poisonous gas ever since, requiring the use of those masks. When sulfur reaches toxic levels, sirens sound off to warn the inhabitants. Cat Island. Now, the island of Tashirojima in Japan has a human population of around 100 people, and the cat population outnumbers them by about 6 to 1. The felines have managed to thrive largely due to the belief that they bring good luck. A belief in Japanese culture says that cats will bring good fortune if you encounter them, and that has led to tourists making a fuss all over the critters, ensuring that they are well fed and cared for. This island even features houses that have cat-like shapes where the animals can relax in style. Snake Island. You'd really have to watch your step in this place. Located off the coast of Brazil, Ilha da Quadama has a huge population of pit vipers living there and is better known as Snake Island, so we're just going to stick with Snake Island from here on. Golden lancehead vipers are among the world's deadliest venomous snakes. They can grow some 5 feet long, and the venom is powerful enough to melt flesh. The reptiles are thought to number about 1 to 5 per square meter. Except for researchers and scientific expeditions, people have been banned from the island, not that you would necessarily want to visit. Mysterious Island. Now, this strange formation is known as the Eye, and due to its bizarre appearance and remote location, there's speculation it could be a cover for a massive alien base that sits underneath the surface. The Eye is said to rotate on its own axis in the middle of a marsh. It was discovered by a film crew shooting a documentary concerning paranormal activities while in the Parana Delta near Buenos Aires in Argentina. The island is surrounded by a thin water channel measuring around 130 yards in diameter. Both the land and water are so precisely rounded that it doesn't seem possible to be a naturally occurring formation. Now, you may know Argentina has had its fair share of UFO sightings, so maybe this mysterious island is somehow involved. What do you think? The Island of the Dolls. Almost all the trees here are adorned with dolls hanging from the branches. The strange practice is said to have started when a grieving man heard the screams of a woman drowning in a nearby canal. He couldn't save her, but her voice still haunted him at night. To ward off a spirit, he is said to have started hanging dolls from the trees. He was given additional dolls and materials from people who were sympathetic to his plight, and his ritual became something of a legend and helped the island gain a name as an eerie tourist attraction. Third Order Island. Now, this island is located in Taal Lake on the island of Luzon in the Philippines. Volcano Island is found in the center of the lake. That island contains a crater lake called Yellow Lake, and that body of water has its own small island known as Volcano Point. It's an example of a third order island, or an island that is within a lake that is within an ocean within a lake, which is located within an island located in the Pacific Ocean. If you followed all that, let us know. Socotra Island. Now, this is a remote island of Yemen that's separated from mainland Africa some 6 million years ago. The ancient, bizarre dragon's blood tree and uniquely shaped bulbous bottle tree make the area look like the setting for a sci-fi flick, or maybe an adventure in Middle-earth. The island's wide-ranging biodiversity results in trees and plants growing here that are not found anywhere else on Earth. Easter Island. Rapa Nui is a remote volcanic island in Polynesia, but it's better known as Easter Island, and it's best known for those famous stone heads. There are 887 of the huge stone figures that are thought to have been carved during the 12th to 17th centuries. Known as moai, they stand around 13 feet on average and weigh 13 tons and are carved out of porous volcanic ash, then placed atop ceremonial stone platforms. The enormous monuments are scattered in diverse locations across the island. And did you know the famous heads are actually connected to bodies underground? You just don't see them in the majority of photographs. Now, to date, no one knows how those statues were moved or what their exact purpose may have been. And before getting to our number 1 mysterious island, let's give an honorable mention to Alcatraz Island. Now, you can't really have this sort of list without mentioning one of the world's most famous prison islands, so here we go. Located a little over a mile from San Francisco, it was first documented in 1775 and was the site of the first operational lighthouse on the west coast of the U.S. It was first used as a prison during the Civil War to house Confederate prisoners, and went on to house notorious criminals like Al Capone, Machine Gun Kelly, and Mickey Cohen. The prison was shut down in 1963. North Sentinel Island, located southeast of the Bay of Bengal in the Andaman Sea. This is one of the most remote places on the planet, but it is inhabited by a tribe known as the Sentinelese, and some experts say they've called the place home for going on 60,000 years. Not much is known about them or the culture, except that they do not like visitors. Attempts at contact have been greeted with arrows and spears directed at the intruders, and in some instances, even killing the strangers on sight. There's still a lot of mystery surrounding this island, and it will likely stay that way for some time to come.